The third method or approach is designing with templates. What is a template? A template is a blank form that needs to be filled. It has areas that are designated with subtitles, and you need to fill it. So instead of starting from scratch, because young students may have difficulty working with a blank sheet of paper. So if you give them a template with things drawn on it that they need to fill in, they will begin to work on the template. And that is a good way to begin students working on designing things. A blank sheet of paper may not be as fruitful. Creating physical change through participatory design is a great way for communities to respect the input of children. Participatory design means a child is not working alone. A child works in a small group, 4 or 5 people together, work on a template, they talk, they discuss, they may argue, they may negotiate, and then they might finally fill in the empty boxes on the template. Cardboard templates are arranged and rearranged on a base map as a method of collective design. So you could not do it once, it can be done again. If they do it with pencil, you can erase it. If they actually do it with cardboard pieces, you can actually move the cardboard pieces to where you think these should appropriately fit. So there are different ways in which you could use a template. It's left to the students. If the students decide whether they want to use a pencil and an eraser, whether they want to use cardboard pieces, whether they want to use those small post-it notes now that you get today in, lots of colors, it will be beneficial. Give the student the option of how to fill the template. Telling the student how to do it is not creative at all. The projects can range from building new school latrines, separate for girls and boys, to reconfiguring the schoolyard so that all children have equal access and opportunities for play. So you can begin with a template for the school. If we want to have latrines built for the boys and girls separate, well, where should they go? What should they look like? How many should there be? And all that the children can design on a template. Another thing children can do is, if there is ground space, if there is a schoolyard, big or small, depends. What is the best use of that schoolyard? Now, if you have a school that runs from class 1 through 10, has 20 students in a class, that's 200 students. Imagine 200 students out during recess at the same time. No one's going to be able to play or run around, especially if the ground space is small. So what do? You stagger the recess. You could bring in 3 or 4 classes at a time and give them half an hour each. Stagger the break time. Children will have opportunities to run around, play, expand their energy out on the grounds rather than in the classroom. D. Measuring and recording environmental features. Things like rain, the weather, sunny days, cloudy days, hazy days, and so on and so forth. With a short training in techniques of measuring, counting, and observing, children can collect reliable data for use in various environmental projects. Children are pretty good at it. Ask them to design a rain gauge. They can do it. They might do a fantastic job. Let them design their own rain gauge. See this monsoon, how much rain is collected. Tell them to make, for a month, a weather chart. Which days were sunny, which were cloudy, what happened, where was haze, where was mist, and all that. Let them collect the data. Young children are good data collectors. Even if you ask them to record temperatures, at noon, or when they're out at recess every day, record the temperature at recess. They will do a wonderful job. So give the students the skills that they will need to conduct these kinds of activities on their own.